Hi, everyone. I'm Pam,
I'm Elisa.
and we are the founders of Restful Parenting. So, at Restful Parenting, we are holistic infant and child sleep consultants. We work with families from prenatal right through to school age, pretty much helping you with anything revolving around sleep. So, if you have any questions, concerns, or you would like to chat further with us, www.restfulparenting.com is where you'll find us. So today's chat, little video chat, is going to be about bedtime routines and bedtime stalling with those toddlers, preschoolers. They are a very unique bunch of individuals, those toddlers and preschoolers. And Elisa has a toddler. I have a couple of young school-age ones. So this is something that we have both seen, have we both lived through, and we have some tips to help you through. So it's important to understand that for toddlers and preschoolers, one of their biggest pieces is that control. They really like to have some control over what's happening in their day. So whether that's what they're wearing, what they're eating, when they're peeing and going to the bathroom, and with their bedtime routine. The second piece to bedtime stalling that's really important to focus on or to acknowledge is daytime sleep. So if your little one is still napping, into that 3-4 age, then it might be time to consider reducing and eliminating that nap to reduce and eliminate that bedtime stalling. If you have a toddler who's napping for a really long time, again, that might be time to consider reducing some of that nap, as daytime sleep does make a difference with how they are going to sleep at night.
Toddler bedtime stalling is a very, very huge part of, regardless of any toddlers, they are going to go through that stage where they do stall. I'm living it right now with my 2.5. Well, he's older than 2.5. He's a little older than 2.5 now. And my 6-year-old still tries some nights.
Yes. My 6-year-old had never really tried. He's my unicorn baby, though. I've made up with it with the other ones. But he's never really tried until kind of the last couple of months. He keeps trying to get out of bed lately. So we've had to kind of do a little bit of work on that in our family as well. One of the biggest pieces, or I would probably say one of the biggest pieces that we encourage families to do that are struggling with bedtime stalling is to create a bedtime chart. I have one here for my 2 boys, and we'll talk about it a couple of times, but essentially because I have both boys, right? So I have that line. And then we have all of our pieces that are in our routine. These are going to be different, right? PJs, bathroom, teeth, stories, water, back to the bathroom, hugs, lights out. Then we have our talk time and cuddles. Then I shush at the door because that's something that we do. And then they go to sleep. So your bedtime routine chart is going to change based on your individual child. So
if your routine that you already have established with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
But children really like to have that visual that they can then go to and check the box off or put a sticker on the box. Mm-hmm. For younger toddlers, so Pam's children are a little older, yes, they can very well understand the written, and it's actually good for them because they're probably learning how to read, so then they can, start to read what's on their chart. But for younger toddlers, I'd say 6 and below, the pictures are what you're going to want to have. So you're going to want to have pictures on your chart of each task that they are completing in their bedtime routine. You can either
be like
clip art.
You can take pictures.
Yeah, you can take pictures of them as they're doing little parts of their routine. So you can take a picture of them brushing their teeth and then print that out and have that little picture as the part of brushing their teeth. Books, a huge thing with routines are that oftentimes, you'll say, we're going to read 2 books, and your children love that so much that they push for another one, yes, and another one and another one. So if you're having some challenges surrounding how many books they would like you to read, you can even go as far as to take a picture of 2 books and say, oh, well, we already read our 2 books, so that's it. We can't read anymore until tomorrow. Tomorrow we will read another 2 books.
And it really kind of depends on where you fall on that Pinterest spectrum. I am not a Pinterest mom. Elisa a little bit is. As you can see by her titled thing behind her with the bubble art and everything. I literally just, no. So I'm not a Pinterest mom, but you can do. So this is just.
I'm not either, just to be clear. It's a little therapeutic for me to color. I enjoy coloring.
So for us, we just did it this way. And this is something that I would do probably weekly, and kind of change up. You can laminate this. If it's a poster board, you can laminate it and get them to do the checks. You could probably even do it this way. Again, not Pinterest, so you can probably even do it that way and get you a couple more days out of it.
I have a few tips for you on that chart, Pam. Just joking.
I know you do. But the goal is, right, or sorry, you can do, the board?
Check marks, dry erase marker, if you laminate it.
Laminate.
Or stickers, and then you can peel the stickers off so you can reuse the chart.
Yeah, all sorts of different ways. The key, though, is you want to take what your child is using to stall and put it into that routine. So we have hugs, but then we also have our like snuggle time cuddles where we offload, chat, that kind of stuff, talk about our day, and then we have like quiet time cuddles. So we usually spend, it depends on how tired I am. If I'm really tired, I'll take like 5 minutes and close my eyes and lay with each of them. If I have things to do, then we just do 2 minutes, right? So, and then I shush at the door. But this is something that, and you can see we have going to the bathroom twice, because that is something that they were starting to get out of bed for and say that they had to go to the bathroom. So I've incorporated that into the routine.
So what are some of the biggest things that toddlers will stall for and children will stall for at bedtime is what?
Extra hugs and kisses.
Yeah, I want another hug. I want more water.
Yes.
I want another kiss. I want another cuddle. My son will always ask me to take him out again and sit with him in the chair after he's already gone to bed. So if he's for some reason needs a check-in or something, he'll want me to take him out and put him and sit back on the chair. So I have to really set that limit there. The key is also setting those limits and sticking to those limits.
We have to remember too at this age, sorry, Lisa, we have to remember too at this age that they will pounce on those inconsistencies. They catch on to those very quickly. And, So
if I take him out of bed one time and sit on the chair with him, that's going to be his new expectation for every single night after that until I firmly set that limit again.
Yeah, so and he's going to fight for it over every single night.
Yeah, exactly. So what I have to do is just go in and say, I will give you a hug, but I am not going to sit in the chair with you. I will give you a hug here, and then you are going back into your bed. And then so I have to really stick with that limit, and he might not be happy about it the first time, but then after that, he really, okay, she's not going to take me out and put me back on the chair, so I might as well just not ask for that anymore.
Yes.
But if I took him out and put him on the chair, the next night he's going to want that and expect that again and again and again.
Yes.
Another thing is going to the bathroom. That's huge at this age, and we'll talk about that in a second. The other thing is just trying to find any single little thing that they can do to get you back into that room. So one of the big things here with my son right now is, wait, mommy, come back here. I want to tell you something. And then, so, one time I humored him and I said, okay, you can tell me one more thing. And what was my answer? I went to the museum today. Yes, I know, buddy. I was with you. Okay, go to bed now. You can talk. We can talk more in the morning. So, he was just doing whatever he could to try and get me back into that room. So that's when also having that talk time and that cuddle time before bed, both of my children enjoy that so much, because oftentimes we think that they are stalling because they are talking a lot before bed. But really, it's because that's when they're processing everything about their whole day, just as we do as adults. When we go to bed, all of our thoughts just take over in our minds. So for them, they're processing their day. So it does really help to set aside that time. And as Pam has in her routine, that is a part of her routine. That's also a part of our bedtime routine. I sit in the chair with him and he talks about his day, and same with my daughter. I sit in her bed with her. She talks about her day. So that's when they can kind of talk about whatever they want. They basically have the floor for a good few minutes of just talking about whatever.
And that's
So
exactly what we want, right? Is
yeah,
that idea is that they can just talk and they can get it off their shoulders and out of their head.
exactly.
Otherwise, it kind of rolls and rolls and rolls, and that can cause some bedtime stalling as well.
So then when he says, "Mommy, come back in here, I want to tell you something," I know that we have already had, 5 good
That chat
minutes
time.
of him telling me something over and over again. So I can comfortably set that limit knowing that I've already given him that connection and that time to
Mhm.
talk about it.
My 3 youngest are 4, 6, and 8, and we still lay with them. So my husband and I usually do bedtimes for the boys together. So we each lay with one, and then we swap and lay with the other. And then one of us will take turns to go with the 8-year-old. So we'll read a story and then lay with her as well. She's starting to kind of push us out. So it's more of like, can you just sit on the bed and not lay with me? But she still wants us in there for now. So we'll take it.
Cute.
Yes.
Okay, and then the whole having to go to the bathroom
Yeah,
a
especially with
thousand
like
times
toilet
after.
training, children that are still
Yeah.
toilet training and that kind of stuff.
So Pam, as you saw in her chart, she's got it there 2 times so that they can have, they have ample opportunity to go to the bathroom. For me, and I'm sure Pam as well, I will usually allow
Yes.
for 1 bathroom trip after lights out, just because, maybe after they've talked about things, after they've done everything in
Relaxed
their
and
routine,
decompressed.
they're relaxing and decompressing in bed.
Yep.
Maybe they genuinely have to go to the bathroom. So I will allow for that 1 time after lights out, but then setting that limit afterwards.
And we also want to make sure, we
Yeah.
also want to make sure that when you do take them to the bathroom, it's not a full-on like conversation, hanging out, yay, you peed, like we're not having a party. Like it is you want to kind of treat it
Get
like
your
a middle of
business
the night.
done.
Yeah, like go in, you can sit for a couple of minutes, back to your room, and it doesn't mean that the whole routine starts over again. That is the kind of treat it like a middle of the night, essentially waking.
Yeah. So setting those limits with your toddlers.
Absolutely.
As Pam has in her routine again, the glass of water is there. So you know that after you have put them into bed, they do not need another glass of water. So then you can comfortably set that limit and, you've already had your water. We can have more water tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then just keep saying that a couple of times, and then after that you can just kind of give them a little bit of space to accept the fact that they're not going to get that extra glass of water that they wanted. Now oftentimes I will, we're in a little bit of a hurry for bedtime, so I'll forget to give a glass of water or something. At that point in my routine, I do say to my son, just for the sake of not arguing with him after that, I do usually say, you can have 1 glass of water. I'll bring it to you in your bed. So I bring him a glass of water in his bed. He'll take a few sips, give it back to me, and then that's it. So I will say for him, you can have 1 glass of water, and then we are all done with water. You can have more in the morning.
Exactly.
So it just depends on, your particular routine and how you do things in your home. But the important part is setting that limit. And the even more important part is sticking with that limit and following through so that they understand what your expectations are. Because if you're flip-flopping and you're allowing them a glass of water one night, you don't allow it for them the other night, 2 nights later, you're allowing it again, then they won't know what to expect, and they will push and push and push those boundaries until they get that glass of water.
Absolutely. That's exactly it. So we hope that helps, guys. Those toddlers and preschoolers are a lot of fun, and they keep you on your toes, but unfortunately, bedtime stalling is part of it. So we hope that this helps. Come up with your own chart. We would love to see it. So if you make your own chart, post a picture. I promise I won't judge if you're super Pinteresty, or if you're like worse than I am. I don't know if you can get worse. I did different colors.
That's good.
Post it in the comments below. We would love to chat more about it. Thanks for listening, guys. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.